So these are the seeds I got in the mail from when we ordered the Garden Tower 2 project, which it was raining today, so unfortunately I didn't get to get out there outside and start to put it together and all that fun stuff because it rained all day. So I'm working on that. Hopefully it'll stop raining tomorrow, or at least give me a break so that I can get out there and start putting it together and get it prepared. And as long as it's not raining, then I can go ahead and record, because I don't want my phone to get all wet. So anyways, I got all my seeds. I know it's going to sound crazy. I have all my seeds in these handy dandy little supplement boxes. These are the ones I'm growing. The ones I just showed you, the first set, are all of the seeds that I have still in packages. The others that I've saved and collected are put in a different box in the other room. We're not going over those. And then these are the ones I got with the Garden Tower 2 project. So I'm going to go over these. These are they're the herbs and juicing series, whatever that is. I'm assuming that the herbs, well, we all know what herbs are. And then the other one, the other ones are a juicing series. So we don't have a juicer. So I'll probably just be using most of the juicing ones for their leafy greens and putting them in a salad until we invest in a juicer. So we'll go over these, and I've got them, I got bored one night, so I alphabetized them. So let's get started. I have just a handful here we'll start with, and a pen to mark our spot. So we have arugula or rocket. We have, put that back in there. We have Italian Genovese basil. We got one of those. Then we got 2 of the sweet Thai basil. And I love my Thai basil. Oh my gosh, I love the way it smells, and I love the way it tastes. So that's going to be fun to throw that into salads too. You can also, with a lot of the herbs, I like to try and dry them and preserve them to put in our food for seasonings. So then we got our gourmet blend beet, which is a juicer, but you can eat not only the root tap, which is the beet itself, but the greens are edible. So those I will be harvesting and eating some of those. That's going to be good. Then we have cosmic purple carrots. Those are going to be interesting. All of these came from Botanical Interests, which is a really good seed company from what I've heard. So we're going to check it out and see how they work. Then we have Utah celery. And you guys know how much we cook around here. So that's going to come in handy, especially come winter time. I'll be able to, I'll start making some soups and freeze them. So then in the winter, I won't have to worry about cooking all the time. We'll just have them frozen and ready to eat. Then we have the common chives. Now the chives, I personally, very rarely will I let them ever go to flower and bolt. I will let a couple of them this year just to bring in some of the butterflies and pollinators. But I usually harvest those in the garden all the time and just toss them in everything I eat. They're like an onion, and they're really good. Then we have long-standing Santo, also called coriander or cilantro. So that one's going to be a good one that we can eat, and that's going to be really good. And I have parsley from last year. It's not in here that I know of. I haven't really paid attention. But I have parsley that I grew from seed last year that did not bolt, lasted all winter long. When I thought it was going to get too cold and we got down into the single digits, I pulled it out of the tower and I put it in a pot and brought it in here. It's still kicking. And then I found out that parsley doesn't bolt the first year or go to seed. It's the second year that parsley bolts and goes to seed. So we'll see how that does. But I will be growing more parsley this year too. Okay, then we have Space Master 80, which is a cucumber. I'm very excited to grow cucumbers because, one, my dogs eat cucumbers, but I like to eat cucumbers too. I mean, I put them in my salads. Some of you guys that have already been following me or what have you, or you know me from the past, I make sushi a lot. So most of the time I make what I call Jessica's Hillbilly Sushi because I don't use the rice. I use everything else, but not the rice, because I don't do a lot of rice. Then we have Dwarf Blue Curled, which is a kale. So that one's going to be good. Again, we can eat those in our salads. And I like to throw together a lot of leafy greens, so that'll be good. Then we have Leucaena or dinosaur kale. That's that one. So that's a good one. I'm not exactly sure how many of these I'm going to actually grow this year, but I am going through them so you guys are at least aware of what we got in our packages. Then we have Favorite Blend, which is a French marigold. Those are really pretty. So those are going to go really well in not only in my salads, but they're going to bring in a lot of the pollinators. I usually grow marigolds and some of the other flowers to bring in more of the pollinators. Then we have Mizuna, which is a mustard. So that one's going to be interesting to grow. And then we have two of these. They're both the same. And these are single blend nasturtiums, and they're a trailing nasturtium. So those are going to be good. And you can eat these too. They're not just a flower. You can eat the leaves and the flowers off of these. And they bring in a lot of the pollinators. And I think these are a cone-like flower. And so those will even bring in some of the hummingbirds. So that'll be good. Alright, and we're almost through with this, so it won't be long. Then we have Italian Red of Florence, which is a scallion or a bunching onion. Again, that's like a chive, so we're going to be maxing out on these because I love my green onions. I put those in my salads too. So then we have the common oregano, which is going to be a good one. And everybody knows I like to cook, so these are going to be awesome. We're going to have all kinds of seasonings this year. I'm excited. Then we have flat leaf parsley. There we go. So this one's going to be a good one. And some of these are perennials, like the parsley I grew last year. They come back every year if they don't die, which mine didn't die, and it got pretty cold. And then I finally thought, oh, I'm going to lose it. And we were starting to try out some new recipes, so I brought it in, and we're still harvesting from it from time to time. Then we've got I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. Rosemary. And every time I've tried to grow rosemary so far, it just doesn't like me, so it doesn't seem to want to grow. But we're going to try it again. Now we got this new tower. I think that's going to be a lot better. And these are all new seeds. Some of the seeds that I have, I've had for quite a while. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It's all, you know, hit or miss. It's all experiments, but it's fun. Then we have broadleaf sage. So that's a good one.